back in the 90s, there was a set of movies called The Prophecy. They starred Christopher Walken. Well, he's kind of the bad guy in the first one. The second... Was he back on the second one? I don't remember really what he did. No, I think he was just like an innocent bystander in the second one. Is that the one? No, he was the bad guy in the second one. It's the third one where he's not the bad. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But that kind of story is what's going on in Knights of the Golden Sun. It's very much looking back at biblical events from a different perspective, throwing angels interacting into reality into the mix. Here's King David before he was a king. There's Satan about to get him. There's the angel Michael stopping him. And over here, on this page, they're discussing how Michael thinks Satan can be redeemed. So we flip over, look, it's David versus Goliath. The writing was great. I ate up every word with a giant spoon. The art sometimes is really good. This little vista is gorgeous looking. But then we flip over here, and basically everything about Goliath just looks kind of wrong to me. I mean, especially this panel right here. This just looks like a 3D model. This doesn't even look like a piece of art. Anyway, naturally, the deceiver turns on Michael, goes to kill him. There's some fighting. It's good times. Yeah, the art, I feel, is just really inconsistent. Sometimes it's really nice looking. This dude looks awesome. Then we get to this panel, and nothing about it looks right. His wings look so cool right here. Towards the end, we get Kazap. Some dudes break up their fight. And Sandalphon and Azrael. And they're going to manipulate the three angels involved there into doing their bidding and stuff. It's pretty interesting. I enjoy this. Let's flip this open. Who worked on this? Mark London was the writer. I gotta say I enjoyed the writing. Mauricio Villarreal. What have you worked on? Villarreal. Are you the guy that did the art for the Spawn vs. Witchblade comic? More Mauricio Villarreal. There we go. Did I get the Villarreal spelled right? Oh, there's two R's. That's not turning up anything. Comics. Knights of the Golden Sun is the first thing that pops up. What does Comic Vine say? It says this is the only thing he's worked on. Okay, then I don't know who that is. Some of the art's nice. Look at this. This is a nice portrait of the well, not portrait, nice landscape. This doesn't look nearly so good. This looks good. I feel like I could play this game every other panel. Okay, I take it back. I like both of these panels. I don't seem to be able to escape the fact that it feels like a lot of this is 3D models that have been posed. There's also a whole lot of flat angles in the art in this book. There's not a whole lot of fun, like crazy angles. This is like about as crazy as the angles get. Oh, this just looks pretty awesome. Although his face looks really weird now that I'm looking at it. With all that light going on, you'd think there'd be some detail inside of his mouth. I mean, we see like over here, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see like a faint hint of his teeth. There's like this little gray line that would be like the top of the teeth, but over here there's nothing. We should see at least his bottom teeth with that same fidelity. I've just talked about the art this whole time. The writing was good. I enjoyed the writing. I got a good feel from it that interested me. It made me want to keep coming back. It made me want to read the next one. Instead of reading the next one, I stopped to talk about this one. So I don't know what that says. But this is certainly pretty interesting. I've used that word like 3 or 4 times now. But it's been true every time I've used it. So if something is interesting, you should say it. I really like the prophecy movies. So I kind of like this. I was interested in it. And then my comic store didn't have it, and they didn't have it, and they didn't have it. And I finally got hold of this for cover price plus shipping, which wasn't too bad. I saw like these things were going for like $50 or more on eBay, which is absolutely ridiculous. Who pays that kind of money for a comic that's been out for like a month? That's insane. That's the fault of company. Companies should print more. Now, of course, they can't print more because if you do print more and you don't sell it, you go out of business. So there's a definite balance to be had there. But small independent comic books like this seem kind of like a victim of that. This was really hard to get. No comic book store near me had it. I think it was sold out by the time I went looking for it, except on eBay, where you'd have to pay $50+ for it. Antarctic Press is guilty of this too. You have to print enough of whatever you're making. If it's a mass market title, if it's something you want to sell to the general public and not just, your pool of like 100 Kickstarter backers or whatever, if you want to sell it, you got to print enough that it can actually be sold. If you don't do that, then your book becomes impossible to get. Like, I kind of debated whether I even wanted to talk about this at all because I don't know if you will be able to get this. I don't know if you will be able to purchase this book that I'm talking about right now because you got to go to eBay. It's ludicrous. Maybe your shop can try ordering from Diamond and see if Mad Cave will send Diamond some stuff. I don't know. Also, if this is the quality that Mad Cave puts out, this is I think a studio that's worth keeping your eye on. I think maybe got a good future coming up for these dudes. Oh man, look at all this stuff on the back. Rated teen. Okay. Actually, it's teen plus. So I guess it's like 15 or something. That's kind of like the market for old school Vertigo too. So that's pretty cool. $3.99. First printing. That's all right here. If I open this up, you have all this stuff on the inside cover too. That's the Golden Sun #1, published by Mad Cave. First printing, yeah. So you have done an excellent job of providing all the necessary metadata so that people can actually know what the heck your product is. Whereas if I come over here to like a DC comic, let me open it up. We got some credits. We got some credits here. But for the actual information, you got to flip over to the back. And then, does it say if it's a first printing? I don't see that it says a first printing. So I guess we just need to assume it's a first print. Hey, subscription rate. You can actually subscribe? Hold on. Can you actually subscribe to a DC comic in this day and age? I don't think you can. I bet that that's just like a pro forma thing that they have to include because they're a periodical and it's required by law. Anyway, Knights of the Golden Sun. I have been all over the place. I've talked about everything, haven't I? Mad Cave Studios, please print more books. More books, please. More copies. Get your product in the hands of the people who actually want to read your product. That's my word. It's my final word. I kind of liked it. The end. Bye-bye. You have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. And till then, toodaloo. That's not a very good outro. Bye-bye.